What's crack-a-lackin'? Welcome in to My Mind is a Weapon Fantasy Football Show.
Welcome into another episode of My Mind is a Weapon Fantasy Football Podcast. I am your host, Sleazebomb. Today, we're going to be diving into the rankings. This episode is going to be the defense and kickers top 10 each for week 3, plus one streamer I like, and there is a lot of quarterback injuries that are already happening. So these defenses, even if they're available, you should be picking them up on your waiver wire if you missed them last night. Now, before we dive into it, make sure you smash that thumbs up, hit that subscription button. All the support's appreciated. And if you guys have any questions, it doesn't have to pertain to this video. You can drop them in the comments. I try to answer every single one of them. That's one of my goals for you guys this year. If you guys haven't checked out the Discord, the Guys FF, it will be pinned in the comments and in the description of the video. Me and my partner, Big Draft Energy, we cover everything fantasy football to help you guys thrive throughout the year. And this is how you pretty much contact us off stream when we're not live or not doing videos and comments and stuff like that. And then if you guys want to see our pickups in DFS, everything we drop into the Discord as well, as well as our DFS drafts. And then you can also look at half-season best balls and all Big Draft Energy's rankings and everything like that. Make sure you sign up using promo code SLEAZE. It'll double your initial deposit up to $100, and you could ride with us all year long. Now let's dive into my top 10 kickers and defenses plus one streamer each for week 3. So if you guys are new to the channel, this is my kicker and defenses board. At the top, the baller tier and tier 1 will be the top 10 kickers, and in the middle between 2 and 3 will be the kicker streamer. And then at the bottom for tier 4 and tier 5, those will be the top 10 defenses, and then my defensive streamer will be on the right side, middle tier 2 and 3. I still need to fix the board, but man, there's so much going on. It's hard for me to catch up, but I think I'll get to it here, hopefully. Now, what I look for when I'm looking for kickers: high-powered offenses, stingy defenses in the red zone, grunge games between division rivals. Like an example would be the Denver Broncos and the Chargers this week. Not going to say I'm going to have all those kickers up there, but that's just an example of what I look for. And you got to look at the backup quarterbacks that are coming into play here. So there's a lot of opportunities here this week and how these kickers and defenses can help you win this matchup this week. Now, starting off with number 1, is there really any kicker you're ever going to put above this guy every single week? He literally just banged a 64-yarder to send it to overtime, then hits the overtime game winner. Brandon Aubrey is just an absolute weapon of fantasy football. 33 points through 2 games. I mean, that's a 16.5 average. That's like a tier 1 flex start. That's how valuable he is in fantasy football. Unbelievable. He's always going to be my number 1. Number 2, we're going to stick with the Denver Broncos game here, and you're going to have to look at the defense that the Broncos have. And what do the Broncos give up the most of in the NFL, where they rank dead last in, is versus the kicker. They give up 15.5 points per game. That ranks 32nd. This is a division rival grunge game that I was talking about here. And the Chargers offense, man, they look absolutely lights out. Cameron Dicker is going to be probably a top 3 kicker the whole way through. Number 3 is going to be Kaimi Fairbairn of the Houston Texans. For some reason, they just can't score touchdowns. I mean, week 1, they didn't score at all. Last week, they got Nico Collins early, and then they got really, really ugly. Then the matchup they're going to get this week is versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. And the end point total is 45.5 here. And they just seem to kick from 50. He's always a top 5 kicker every single week because they just cannot run the ball with that offensive line. I know Nick Chubb found the end zone on a busted play last week, or kind of a wide open hole, not a busted play. But Kaimi Fairbairn is always going to be a solid top 5 kicker because they're struggling to move the ball in the red zone. Number 4, that's what I'm talking about, high-powered offenses, and you get the Miami Dolphins. Matt Prater last week, 14.5. He was the waiver wire pickup darling that I told you guys to snatch up, and he absolutely crushed it. He gets the Miami Dolphins, who are giving up 12 points a game to a kicker, and you get Thursday night, short week. The Dolphins offense is struggling. How can you not love Matt Prater this week? Number 5, the kicker number 1, Spencer Schrader, right? Spencer Schrader, 34 points, averages 17 points a game. Danny Dime has these Colts moving at a nonstop pace. I cannot believe that they beat the Denver Broncos last week on that random flag call. But when their defense is playing good, they've got great matchups for the kicker here again. I mean, you're going to get the Tennessee Titans this week. This could be an absolute grunge game battle here. The over-under 43.5. So they think field goals are going to go. I think Spencer Schrader is going to be another 10-point play this week again. He's just absolutely banging them. Number 6, high-powered game, right? High-powered, high-implied point total. Monday Night Football, Lions, Ravens. The rookie Tyler Loop has looked absolutely amazing already. And you got a 52.5 over under here. You got Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, the Ravens defense, Jared Goff on the road. You have to love this play this week. Number 7, Chris Boswell, moving him up my rankings slowly here. He is kicker 4 on the week with 14 and 12. He's averaging 13 points a game here. You're going to get the Patriots on the road. The Patriots versus the kicker right now, they're ranking 19th, give up 9.5. And Aaron Rodgers, I mean, Chris Boswell is always going to be a top 10 kicker for me. It just depends on how this game script is going to go here. Is it an ugly grunge game? Is it more of like a 30-30 game? You know, Boswell is still, you know, it's a safe 9 to 12 point play this week. Number 8, back to the high implied point total game with the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions struggle on the road. Jared Goff struggles outside of a dome. You're probably going to see more kick attempts. You're going to need every point you can get against the Baltimore Ravens. So Jake Bakes is going to be up there for me in this game. Now, number 9, Harrison Butker and the New York Giants defense. They just gave up, 22 points to Brandon Aubrey. Obviously, different kicker style there. This is the Chiefs' season on the line here. They're not going to be taking any 4th and 3 risks or 4th and 2 risks. They're going to take every point they can. They cannot lose to the New York Giants in this game. Their front 7 is good. The running game is probably going to be, Patrick Mahomes is leading the Chiefs in running or rushing yards. So you got to like Harrison Butker in this game here. Number 10, Chase McLaughlin and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's back on the list now. The matchup they're going to get here is perfect. They're at home. You get the Jets. Now, the Jets are giving up 14 points a game to the kicker, ranking 30th, so bottom 3 there. And you have to look at they may not have Justin Fields in this game because of the concussion last week. So Chase McLaughlin, probably going to be a 10-plus point play again here. And all these kickers matchups I like a ton this week. Now for a streamer play here. So we're going to go Eddie Pinheiro, San Francisco 49ers. You're going to get a grunge 2-0 Mac Jones at quarterback type game here against the Arizona Cardinals. Now, when you're looking at the Arizona Cardinals, they do rank number 4 overall versus kicker, allowing 5 points. But they've had matchups with absolute, dominating teams. And this is going to be a different type matchup. These NFC West battles, this is what I'm talking about, like a grunge battle here. Probably like 23-20, 2-3 field goal attempts per kicker. And I like Eddie Pinheiro as a streamer if you need it off your waiver wire this week at kicker. Now heading down to the defensive side. So that's the top 10 kickers. That's the streamer there. The number 1 defense this week and the number 1 defense in the NFL is 100% the Green Bay Packers. They look absolutely unstoppable. And you get the Cleveland Browns. What else could you like here besides this matchup? This is absolutely perfect. And I mean, this is probably, I don't know when they're going to try and sit Joe Flacco here, but it's pretty much time, man. You gotta get this man out of here. So number 2 here is going to be the Seattle Seahawks, coming off a 14-point game last week. You go home to the 12th man where the crowd is absolutely rocking, and you get Spencer Rattler. I know Spencer Rattler just played good at home against the 49ers, but this is a different animal going into the 12th man, and their defense is getting better and better. Number 3, the Buffalo Bills, Thursday Night Football. You get the Miami Dolphins offense. I know they just played decent versus the Patriots. Still, look what the Bills just did last week. I mean, the Bills just absolutely crushed the Jets coming off their big week 1 game. Shut down Justin Fields, shut down Garrett Wilson, shut down Breece Hall. I fear for the Dolphins this week unless it's garbage time. Number 4, we're going to ride with the Kansas City Chiefs. Like I said with Harrison Butker, this is their do or die game. They're going to have to come out. I don't think you're going to see Russell Wilson, lead the NFL in passing like he is and go for 450 yards like the Cowboys game. This is going to be a totally different look. And the Giants' run game is going to be absolutely crushed by the Chiefs' run D. So I'm not, worried there at all. And I think Russell Wilson is going to really struggle in this game. Number 5, the defense that is rising up the boards. I mean, God, they spent the draft capital 2 first-round picks for the ends. They probably have the best secondary between corners and safeties in the NFL, and Bates is a superstar out there. So they're going to get the Carolina Panthers. And the only thing you have to worry about is probably garbage time here because Bijan's going to run all over this terrible Carolina defense. It just depends on if Bryce Young can pull another second half like last week and go for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns and a half. So are the, Panthers finding a little rhythm from last week? Yeah, you could say that. Still, this Falcons defense is absolutely nasty. Number 6 is going to be Tampa Bay, and I'd move them up here probably to like 4. I'd probably swap them with the Chiefs here if, Justin Fields is not out there. If it's Tyrod Taylor, I'll move him up 2 spots. If not, still, I like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense here. You got to look at what the Bills did. We talked about it already, the Jets last week. So I'm still riding the Bucs as a top 6 play here. It just depends on if Fields is out there or not. Number 7, the Houston Texans defense. I mean, this defense is giving it all they've got to keep this their offense in the game. The Texans offense just needs to figure it out, and they'll become a legit, not say contender, but a legit kind of overall team. I mean, CJ Stroud is struggling. I thought he would have a second-year breakout. They have had 2 very tough matchups. They get the Jaguars defense. This is their easiest defense they've faced. Their front 7 is going to get after every single quarterback with the pressure they bring with Will Anderson. I mean, he's an absolute freak out there. Their front 7 is probably, top 3, top 5 in the NFL. So, yeah, it's still a great play. But, their offense just needs to keep their defense off the field. Number 8, the San Francisco 49ers. I mean, Robert Saleh has one of the top 3 youngest defenses in the leagues flying around, and now you get a division game. This is what I'm talking about. 2-0 Cardinals, 2-0 49ers, grunge type battle here. They meet each other twice here. They know each other in every single way, and Robert Saleh, Joey Bosa, Huff, and Michael Williams are getting after quarterbacks like crazy. Or sorry, not Joey Bosa, Nick Bosa, his brother. So my 49ers are going to come in at 8. The Cardinals offense hasn't been that great. Marvin Harrison's been kind of staggered. Trey McBride, still no touchdowns. We're on to that same thing as last year, which drives me nuts. And Kyler Murray hasn't really looked that good in their 2-0 wins. So it's going to be a grunge battle game here, and I like the 49er defense. Number 9, the Indianapolis Colts, and they're absolutely balling out on defense. I mean, I did not think through the first 2 games they'd even be where they're at. 2-0. You beat the Broncos week 1. They dropped 13 points as well. Now you're going to get a matchup versus the Tennessee Titans, who every defense has eaten up through 2 weeks already. So how can you not like the Colts here coming in? Danny Dimes is moving the ball. They're getting points per drive, field goal, touchdown, either way, with Spencer Schrader, however it looks. 43.5 over under low implied point total game, which is what you want. Colts defense is going to be a good play versus Tennessee Titans and Cam Ward this week. Now, number 10, and this is one of those games, man. This is the Vikings-Bengals game. This is Jake Browning versus Carson Wentz. So, yes, the Bengals do have all their weapons. You're going to be at Minnesota. This defense gets after you, and you know that the Bengals' offensive line is terrible. And the Vikings blitz at the number 1 rate in the NFL. So, yeah, does Jake Browning have a lot of weapons around him? Does he have a line to protect him? No, he does not. The Vikings are still a top 10 play to me this week. I know a lot of people are dropping them and stuff. I wouldn't drop a defense that turns the ball over at a massive rate. And my streamer of the week, if you need a defense to throw in there, is going to be the Washington Commanders. Now, this will hinge on JD5 playing. I know he's considered day-to-day, and I think he's going to be out there. But you get the Raiders. And you saw the Raiders offense on Monday Night Football. Yes, hopefully Brock Bowers is more healthy because you could tell that the offense goes as he goes. So if he's not out there, or, he's not at 100% out there, you saw how staggered the Raiders offense looks and how lost Geno looked. And the Commanders could be a nice play. I mean, you've got, how do I say, you got Ashton Genty rushing for 2 yards a carry right now. They can't move the ball with their offensive line. Jacoby Myers always your floor play. And the Raiders don't look very good. So this is a nice little sneaky play if you need, but you do have to wait till JD5 gets out there or they say he's starting, because Mariota, I guess, still might be a decent play, but it does help them a lot more if JD5 is out there. Thanks for rocking with me today, guys. That is the end of the video. That is my top 10 kickers, top 10 defenses, plus 1 streamer each. And, man, the quarterbacks have got to stop getting injured, guys. It is way too early in the season for this many injuries at the quarterback position. Now, before you guys head out, make sure you tap that thumbs up, hit that subscription. All the support's appreciated. I cannot thank you guys enough. If you guys have not checked out the Discord, the Guys FF, it's pinned in the comments and in the description of the video. And again, if you guys haven't signed up on drafters.com, make sure you use promo code SLEAZE. It will match your deposit up to $100. And my next video is going to be quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end. I'm going to try to get all my rankings out to you today. And then tomorrow I'll dive into my sleepers and smash starts, guys. And that's it for me in this episode, man. Thank you guys for listening. Sleaze Bomb out. I'll catch you guys in the next one.